So, I was watching a comedy special on Netflix recently. It was Joe Rogan Triggered. And in the midst of his act, Joe says, in transition from one bit to another, kind of under his breath, I don't know, man, this is the world we live in. Are we happy? I'm not sure. Is this what we wanted? And a woman from the audience stands up and shouts, no! And another guy chimes in with, life sucks. Joe turns and asks, what did you say? And the guy responds, life can kind of suck sometimes. And Joe answers, maybe it's how you're living it, Peach. Although he didn't use the word peach. And he goes on to explain, this is the greatest time ever to be alive. This is as great as it's ever been. We've got 4G everywhere. And then he turns to face the guy. He looks him right in the eye and he says, you just got to get your shiitake together, man, and stop blaming the world. Although he didn't use the word shiitake. And he's right on both counts. One, there has never been a better time to be alive than right now. Contrary to the fear pimps of sensational news media who like to take the half dozen worst things that happen in the world and then beat you down with it morning, noon, and night, the world has never been safer than it is right now. We've never had more worldwide peace than we have right now. The worldwide poverty level has never been lower. We've never been healthier. We've never lived longer than we do right now. If you don't believe me, Google it. Think of it this way. Right now, if you got to choose between being born at any time in history or sticking with your current life, but you didn't know who you'd be born to or where you'd be born at any time in history, would you choose any time in history option? Or would you choose to be born as you were, living at this time in history, with 4G everywhere? If you know anything about history, you definitely would pick your life right now. So, if you ever think, life can kind of suck sometimes, maybe it's how you're living it, Peach. Like it or not, you're living the life you've created. And to add insult to injury, in the greatest time we've ever known in human history, you're just screwing it up. You are not a victim of circumstance. No one can force you to make decisions and take actions that has you mess up your life or experience less than desirable results. And as the shaman, Rogan, put it, you just got to get your shiitake together, man, and stop blaming the world. The circumstances you're living in today are of your own. You created them. Likewise, your future is entirely up to you as well. If you're feeling stuck, less than happy, not living up to your best life image, it's probably because you're afraid to take the action and ego risks necessary to achieve your desired goals. Come on, let's do it right now. Let's get your shiitake together. Name just one thing that is in your gap, the gap between where you are and where you desire to be or could be if only you disregarded your fear and took action. If you only stopped sabotaging yourself with excuses. So don't be shy. That's why we're here, right? To push each other, to grow together, to become better every day together. So I'll go first. I don't have the intimacy that I desire in my important relationships because I'm too afraid to be vulnerable. I overprotect, hide, and retreat. That's what has to stop in my life. So, how about you? Tell us that in the comments below. Hey there, we've seen a big surge in people subscribing to Darren Daily from all over the globe. So I just wanted to take a quick second to say welcome and to answer the question that you might have rolling around in your head. Who are these people anyway? And what is this Darren Daily community all about? Well, simply put, we are strivers. We are people not happy with good enough. For us, good enough is not good enough. We have bold visions and audacious goals. We back that up with relentless drive and courageous, consistent, and obsessive action. Here, we take risks. We step forward. We want to be counted and accountable. Here is where leaders meet to be pushed, prodded, and made better every day. Now, we are not for the content, for the satisfied, for the settled, for those who have resolved themselves to the current state of affairs, for those who just go with the flow, bend with the wind, travel in the direction of the current. Here, committed achievers meet to take back control, to own up to their responsibility and decide to invent their fate. We don't believe in luck. We make our own. So admittedly, we are not for the timid or the faint of heart. That includes probably 99% of the world's population. Because being an achiever, a striver, a leader is hard work. Work, we love it. We do it every day. We are the crazy, hardworking believers others call insane. We seek to break the rules of conformity and shake the status quo by the shoulders. We are the people who change things, the ones who push the human race forward. There's a reason why you found your way to us. I want you to embrace that. And welcome. Welcome home. You have finally found your tribe.
All right. I recorded this with my screen record app on my phone here because all the Darren Daily videos, it's a 5-minute, average 5-minute long mentoring video that you get in your inbox, in your email inbox, 5 days a week. And they're free. But I've been following Darren Hardy since 2008. When I saw Success Magazine at Barnes & Noble in the rack there, which he used to be he had it for 9 years. He was the publisher and chief editor and everything, and he has interviewed and recorded the techniques and methods of operations of more of the most successful people in business, entrepreneurs, heads of companies, everyone, everyone from Steve Jobs to just everybody. And he featured them on the cover of his magazine, and but the first one I saw was one of the first issues after he got it. It was over 100-year-old magazine, and several people had tried to relaunch it, but were not successful until he did. Anyway, he sold it and then started doing this, and it's still around. But I was really happy when I first saw that first issue. It was the 50 greatest entrepreneurs of all time on the cover, and also because I could feel a CD on the inside, some kind of free CD, which I'd already was in the habit of going to Barnes & Noble and looking for the photography magazines that I liked with free software in them, and also the rock the music magazines that had CDs in them with music on them. But especially since I'm a little dyslexic, so but on the CD DVDs, the bonus CD in them, he interviewed the person who was on the cover and others, and so I wore those out. But of course it's gone digital now, with the new Success Magazine. I mean, the people who have it now, it's everything's digital download now, so you don't have to make a piece of plastic to stick it in there anymore. I wore those things, and I've still got most of them, and the issues that go along with them. And this here is a Facebook plug-in, which means he's got the permission to borrow from their format and put his Darren Daily on there. So that's why you can comment like this. Then also it gives you the option, if you want to share the video and the comment. Well, it doesn't have to be your comment, mainly the video, unless you copy and paste it like I used to do too. I mean, as well, but you can share it on your Facebook page, and also you can send friend requests to these other people, because these are they're basically their Facebook profile pictures on here, and so I've gotten to know quite a few people, like that lady there on the top there, Lisa. She's a good sister figure. I've known her for several years now. Really good lady. Just like that lady. She's in Australia. Met her through this. But I like to also sometimes when I'm making these, I record these because with my screen recorder app, because each one of these episodes the link expires after 72 hours. Hence the name Darren Daily. They, to help you, prompt you to watch them daily, and not like a lot of people naturally would do is that lady, is wait till the weekend, try to binge and watch them all or something like that. And as he explains, you can't eat 7 apples on Sunday and expect to get the same result as eating an apple a day. It's basically, anyway, sometimes I'll still scroll here and add this onto the video, because sometimes, a lot of the time, most of the time, you can learn a whole lot more, because these are all real people, and real people that are high achievers, high achiever types like myself, which is like 1% or 2% of the population on the earth. And their comments on the video, and a lot of times they mention their experiences and stuff, related experiences, and results, and this and that. And so I'll record this as well, make this part of the video so that I can go back and watch the video, but I can pause and read each one like this. Pause the video and read at my own pace, my own less dyslexic pace. That's why I'm only stopping on these for a couple of seconds. Anyway, I'm glad that video, that one was a few years old. I mean, he shows the same one year to same one, a lot of the same ones year to year. That's why this was kind of dated as him saying 4G instead. Now it's 5G. But anyway, it'd be kind of silly for him to make a whole new video just for that, or I mean, I guess he could edit in, punch in 5 where he said 4, but it's not that dang important. People realize, or but anyway. Yeah, see, that's it. That's all of them. See right there at the bottom, it says Facebook comments plugin. So yeah, that one's already expired, because this one's from Monday and today is Wednesday. So that means that after tomorrow, that link will no longer work. But yeah, so he's been doing this and he's a multimillionaire, and so he doesn't have to do this. He doesn't have to do a dang thing he doesn't want to do, basically, because he's independently wealthy. He's self-made millionaire. See, those are some of the Success magazine. I've got most of those, and those when he had it. And he had a couple of TV networks, or well, he called them networks. I guess more like channels. That it was the same thing before Success magazine. He interviewed a lot of the most successful entrepreneurs and world changers in the world, and so that's that. Plus, then when he had the Success magazine, and so that's why he's interviewed more of the most successful, world changing type people than anyone else in the world. And so he takes everything he learns from them, and then distills it down and repackages it into teachable material, programs. And he's an author. He's a New York best-selling, best-selling author, New York Times, whatever you call it, New York, whatever. And he's got a couple of really good books. He first made it in real estate, working out of his dad's real estate office, but he outshined mainly because it was during the really downtown economy and all that. I forget what it was, but anyway, because he had to think out of the box that much more, and yeah, he outshined. He was a new kid, in the office, and he outshined a lot of the old timers that were, the ones that had been doing it for years and years and years and years and years and years. And so he was already a millionaire by the time he turned 30. And anyway, anyhow, then he got into the success media business industry. And anyway, anyhow, the rest is history. And really, really blessed to, we're blessed to have this guy, and I'm blessed to know about him and learned a lot from him over the years. So that's what this is. And alrighty, right. Oh yeah, so I'm glad that he tagged on that one that about who the heck are we, if you're wondering, whatever, because that explains that explains very, very well kind of what the whole idea is behind, you know, Darren Daily and why he has the videos and you know, the type of people. And it's really helped me because, you know, actually after I started doing this the first couple of years, being a subscriber to this, I would post them on Facebook, and I wouldn't hardly get that many, you know, likes or whatever, or comments about them or anything. People like, you know, it's like, what's the matter with people? Don't they know this is freaking some of the best information in the whole goddamn world? God darn, you know, they can like help change their life for the better and everything. But then I heard something, a phrase that he may have coined. I don't know. He said, mediocre majority. I'm like, oh, see, that's why, you know, and because that, you know, when that happens, it's like, am I the weird one or what? What the, you know, you kind of naturally makes you want to tend to feel that way. It's like, you know, but then, you know, being a member of a global community like this, where people from all over the world like me come together, then you realize, oh, there really are other people out there like me that really want to, you know, do great things, you know, and, you know, do the personal development thing to where you can do all you can with all you've been blessed with for the sake of the world and future generations. And ultimately, you know, all for God's divine purposes and reasons and will, and for all His glory alone. That's what it all really boils down to, and it's ultimately for. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you, Lord. Thank God, amen. And I usually just record these, just the video, and or maybe some of the comments. But anyway, alrighty then. Thank you.